Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. Pause. That moment when you take a look at your screen as your show is playing. Facebook used to do it. Facebook used to give me lots of attention. Like it'll pop up Facebook, then LinkedIn will pop up, then YouTube will pop up, Instagram will pop up. And now the only thing I get is LinkedIn. I said to Facebook, Facebook been being a good person today. I won't say a good boy because it sounds too horrendously sexual. So I say they've been being a good man. He's not a person, he entity. He's been being a good entity because quote, he said that he was once human. Watch that clip. And he laughed it off, and all the students like, oh. Now, if I was in that, you don't put people like me. You got the black people and the white people that are senile, and you got black people and white people like me that we ain't gonna just laugh it off. They know exactly to a psychology how to pick these students for interviews, specific geared. And so I'm like, I would have just when the camera hit me, I would have been like, did this nigga just say this shit? And so that's how I would have been. Like, are you human? Are you an entity? Are you a computer? Are you a cyborg? What are you, Mark Zuckerberg? You think they got millions to spend on lawsuits to lie? So I joke around with Mark. And I said, I was like, Mark Zuckerberg, I said, if you ever listen, because I know the algorithm. Listen, this is for the nerds that know the StreamYard algorithm and the Facebook and all the streaming. I can take a StreamYard, I will sing. I said, look, because every time that I try to go live at a short period of time, Facebook fucks up. It's a glitch in the system, like he's getting beeped or he's getting acknowledged. Something is telling the center of Facebook to stall for just a couple of more minutes. So I say to myself, I used to say all the time, Facebook is being a dick, just saying little weird shit like that on camera. I would say that. And then I started escalating. So now I've escalated my theory and analogy. So the next time that Mark Zuckerberg, my theory and analogy goes dumbfoundedness, but enlightenment at the end. So I would it's a oldie but new. It's oldie but old. It's New Jack City, the scene, the infamous scene everyone knows that don't watch New Jack City, where Nino Brown comes in with the Rockwaller and he's skipping. He got this big enterprise going in the city of the heart of New York. And he comes in and his counterpart was just highly intoxicated on something that it shows. He kind of took a step down. I'm just explaining. I'm not saying that's you. But I'm just explaining. He started doing that pipe and he didn't allow himself, if he wasn't on drugs, he would have saw that the guy that was under the influence of crack cocaine was gaslighting him to extract information. The perfect candidate while not intoxicated. So they lost $1 million. They they lost $1 million. So they're beginning back and forth verbiage, and he stole his woman. And so how does it go? He says, sit your $5 ASS down before I make change. So I have a joke for Mark Zuckerberg. The next time, the next time, I gotta say it without laughing. The next time the glitch happens, I'm just gonna say, you are incapable. And he also said this, you are incapable of running shit. Which is irony. It's not true. You know it's not true. I know it's not true. But this would affect you. And this would therefore, you would get why I'm saying it, because I told you I would say it. I told you 2 shows ago I would do it off camera. And then it worked twice. And usually it doesn't do that. So I guess his ego is like, I let it go through for now. But if it ever don't, I'm gonna be like, Mark Zuckerberg, you're incapable of running shit. Now, if you ever questioned that, then I would say, sit your 10 billion plus ass down before I try to extract change. You know? No, I'm just kidding. That made you money. I make you famous every time I mention you. It's nothing but love, man. I hope you're doing good over in Florida. Damn, Gavin Newsom made you move. Gavin Newsom made you move. How do they make a billionaire move? A stable billionaire. Man, how does a billionaire feel when he loses $1? Man, I bet you that makes him just, oh, they like, that's $1 too much. Like seriously. Because that's how I think. When I lose money, I'll be like, how can I gain this money back? Maybe I gotta take some shit back. I don't know. But you feel what I'm saying? So let's get started. So today we're gonna do a show on CTU. And it's an amazing show, y'all. This is a long one. Honestly, you want to know, some of y'all saying, no, honestly, do I feel like doing this because it's late in the day? No, hell no. Did I pursue this? Yes. Do I like and love, beyond love, going to school? Yes. A lot happened throughout the day. I'll start with the morning because it's CTU related. I woke up at 6:30 and I got ready. And by the time I got ready, usually I get to leave out prior to that, but I stayed in. And then I just said, forget it. I'll just sit down and do the show because I was 20 minutes out before the Zoom link meeting at 8 a.m. Central Time. Is it? No, something ain't right. It's 9 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. And so I got on there, and the teacher was an amazing teacher. The teacher was an amazing teacher. I would never tell someone like that, I would never do that. You're incapable of running. Like, I just like, it's a time and a place to mess around with people, and I wouldn't even let that come out of my mouth. Um, but Mark and I have history. I don't know Mark from a can of paint, but I want you to do me a favor. I Some of my film is gone. It's in the vault. Not my specific Spotify vault, but it was on YouTube and it got canceled because of my behavior. And I accept that. I wish I could go and retrieve it, but I can't. Two YouTube videos gone. Like not millions, but hundreds of videos gone that I built. Yeah, it's all in the stream. Thank God for StreamYard. StreamYard was after two of my pages got taken, or in the beginning. And this was during a time when Damon John, this is necessary to say. This is during a time where Damon John, them were you looking at the meta glasses, the 3D glasses, and talking about that. And that's during the time I met Damon John via virtually in light of 3 million people at a battered woman shelter. I got one of my pages taken away from Facebook, my initial first page, which I'm glad, because all I was doing was speaking Ebonics like some psychotic woman. I've grown more. If you would have known me 15 when Facebook first started, I'm not talking about 6 years ago. I'm talking about, let's go back, almost 20 years ago, the beginning of Facebook. For 5 years from 2030, um, he inspires me. I created, if it wasn't for Grok, if it wasn't for platforms like Facebook, I would not exist. So excuse me if I don't get a little happy when talking about my big tech family. The CEOs of every company. Thank you. And even though I don't get no love from Facebook no more with the titles, I'm gonna screenshot it the next time it come up. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. Now, the doctor, Dr. Manik, we were talking. We weren't specifically back and forth talking, but it was a one-way conversation with the students in the room. And I want to show you the video of where I got super turned up, because a lot of people is trying to figure out where I got it from. And if I say something, either I made it up myself or I got it from somewhere, and it sparks my curiosity, and I think I should use it in a positive way. And it originates from Sierra. I love that song, Body Party. And a guy, a rapper named Future, because of her dance moves, told Sierra she's super turned up. And that's why I joke around with saying that, because when somebody do something super positive or somewhat out of character and positive, showing their hunger for more positivity, I'm like, for that. I'm You can tell he was in the 70s. He looks all of 60, and it's like he he just super talking, just going in and going in. And I'm like, is he saying this? I was just laughing. No one can see my facial expressions. And I'm just laughing I'm typing, I'm multitasking, but I'm listening as much as I can with 80% precision. And I hear him go, I heard a lot of stuff, but I hear him go, "You never take some clothes from a naked person." And I said, "Whoa." I paused there. I was like, it was funny. So I was like, "You super turned up." You super turned up, bro. You're right. And I'm like, "You're right, though. That is a true statement. Who want clothes from a naked person? Why don't you just sit up there and diffuse the situation and wear the clothes you're trying to give me? Because you don't like why am I going to buy some clothes from you? What do you represent?" I was thinking all types of stuff. And so I was like, "Yeah, man, that was crazy." And he goes on and on about teamwork and how you got to pick and choose who you want to be around and how you got to accept rejection and accept a disagreement in a team. You know, amazing, good, juicy gossip stuff. This is good, positive, juicy gossip. This is the 411 on life. Science degree. I'm for it. Anything that I don't know, I'm down. So yeah, but after that, I managed to. I'm gonna be real with y'all. What I did. I did some texting, and then I sat up there. I said, because I don't know if y'all remember what I said. I showed y'all a box that talked about facial hair remover, and then prior to that, I looked up on Grok. I said, "Is it factual that facial hair?" This is educational because some women don't know this shit. I said, "Is it factual that if you use hair removal, sophisticated, moderately sophisticated hair removal cream on your face, does it grow back thicker?" And Grok was like, "No, this is a myth. That's the only reason why I did it." He said it is a myth, and he explained the factual evidence of why. Now I was like, "Okay, fine." So I was upstairs and I was using it. And as I was taking it off and putting the aloe on my face, I was like, "The VA, what time is my appointment?" And so I go in, I'm like, 12:30. So I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, it's 12:15 and it takes me almost 30 minutes to get out there, but I'm within the window of the 15 minutes. So I get there. I told you the story of what me and my psychiatrist talked about, and then the what I could tell you, and then I proceeded to leave, and then I got back here, and then I had two appointments. Now, the first one did not show up, and I'm okay with that. On him, didn't even comment. I been sent them the link. That's on him. If that's who it was, that's how I'll view that. I'm not gonna go into talking any. I mean, whoever it is either one. I have faith in African American people. One, either he didn't want to do it because he wanted the publicity without the attachment to being interviewed. Two, he just plain old forgot, but he had reasonable amount of time, so he sent me his bio. Three, just didn't care no more. Things happen. I get it. But I will tell you something. There is a pattern, a seriously disturbing pattern. If you're out there and you're African American, if you ever made a mistake, then let go of the hate you have in your heart. Don't get mad at me because of the mistakes I made and zoom in and focus on it. Focus on your mistakes you've made and how you can encourage me to overcome the mistakes I've made and how you cannot judge me. Because there's no one on this planet that haven't made a mistake. And then I had a lovely interview with the next lady. I forgot her, Nina. And I have 3 days to, and I maintain that thing to give her footage. And after that, I made me some breakfast brunch. And after that, I didn't watch. I watched as I was making my brunch. I watched some political videos, and I didn't even know JD Vance was 41. Literally 39 years younger than Donald Trump. It's crazy, man. And you're vice president. You're not just vice president candidate, attendee, potential political candidate. You're locked in at 41 years old as a candidate. You should be proud of yourself in your story. And then after I ate, I made the show, and now here I am about to produce the show. I met up with people on Bigo named Sour Demon. I'm like, why would you name yourself that, dude? I didn't see their picture, but I was like, you're chiming in. You want me to accept an invite from Sour Demon. And then we're here. Okay, so let's get started. Like, just imagine, I got a joke for you. Just imagine that girl be like, girl, why do you mess with that guy? That guy name is Sour Demon. She like, girl, I love Sour Demon. He my baby. I know his name ain't Sour, but he's a sweetheart. Girl, he was with Keisha last night. But or just imagine getting a coffee. He wouldn't have the balls to say, what's your name, sir? Sour Demon. What? I'm sorry, excuse me. The name, okay, here we go. Okay. Before I get, no, I'm not even until I finish. Where is it at? Mhm. I was supposed to read it off camera, yeah, but things came up. I explained my whole day. My whole day. So to get an overall capture of this is basically statistically saying, how can I say this without saying that combining social technical, what is it called? Social, I hate when they abbreviate it. They sometimes say the whole thing. It's social technical systems design, I think. If I had to think about it. Um, it's still being studied, but it has some statistics from, I believe I want to calculate the 70s with, and and it's been rebuilt and renamed and redesigned to where it's not needed. The way Grok worded it was this: it's not needed in the workplace as a requirement, but statistics show that a company's health can decline without being educated about social technical systems. So they do these studies on it. My analogy, to see exactly what happens when you combine technology in the right way, in a positive way, with good social systems, such as, for only thing I can think of, for example, is healthcare. Healthcare, you all these radiology people, you don't send someone unqualified to work in radiology. Someone with a high school diploma, and only a high school diploma, cannot work in radiology. So what about records? Medical records. Someone in medical records could not work in radiology, but their technology, which is the data within the medical records of the system, is totally different than radiology of showing bone and specializing in learning these huge computer systems. It's amazing. And the ones that have survived long actually incorporate technology. It's like they were waiting, y'all. It's like they were waiting. You know, I was watching Fox News with JD Vance, and all they kept saying, they like technology, and he was going on and on about different things, but like years, decades, millenniums, they had different denominations of the Bible or religions. And I say to it clicked. It finally clicked. And those who will understand this analogy will let it click. The written verses were written with knowledge, as great as a human brain could possess, but higher of a higher power that seeps within the context of the script that was written. And each person has a different visualization of the concept of how to reach God. But something, they were chosen by a higher conscious power. And no matter what your domination is, you should all agree that it's just one way. and that's towards God. And then it clicked. Here it comes. AI is sort of like the Bible of the future. You know, different open AIs, different AI tools that seeks greater knowledge. Imagine it in 10 years. And I'm excited about that. So imagine religion like open AI or chat GPT. It's like 20 of them. I can't name them all. Yeah, all I know is the two main ones, chat GPT and Grok. And they don't even mention Grok, Harvard, which was disappointing in the Yale book that I read at the airport. They didn't even mention Grok. They said ChatGPT and Gemini and a lot of other major ones, but they did not mention Grok, which was not good. I had to read that book quickly. I didn't read it quick enough, but I read enough in the store standing up off camera. And um it's no way I'm paying $40 for a book. I was struggling. It was, just the struggle of going to Seattle and back is a struggle in itself. If I didn't know what I was doing, I would be really fucked. And it's like technical systems, like they wrote the future. Like, what writes the future? What can write? And they always have a vision of seeing someone. And then it's funny because it's like once they see the vision of someone, I believe they get sacrificed. Like Joseph, he said he's seen Jesus. He laid the stepping stone for Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. The people that my mother and my family members and people I know used to ignore. They just want money, and that's true. And that's what really makes me mad because I'm like, that's true to a degree. Don't do it for money. Do it because your heart is in it. And over the millennium or however long it's been, hundreds of years, I don't know, they have um, changed. Greed. It's one thing to be greed for the right reasons. It's always a good and a bad to life. You win when you're greedy for the right reasons, doing the right things to get and seek that greed. Everybody, obviously, money is money. If money didn't have to be spent, we it would be it would still be a ruckus because people would be finding reasons. Those are the mentally disturbed ones that think money is everything. They have something to live for, and money is the root of all evil. Somewhat true, but it's not at the same degree. If you use it as a tool, because I looked it up, if you use it as a tool and not worship it, it will disorient you. I've seen it. It will disorient you if you don't use it as a tool. And I don't see the shift within Trump. He don't act like that. Elon Musk don't act like that. But people like Biden, they're disoriented because of all the corrupt deals they've taken. The roots. Once you take a deal, you're controlled, your property. You can never be yourself again. And you don't think Hollywood is investing big technology into their stars. It all started out with a black, white camera that glitched, had no sound. And then look now, AI is everywhere. They had to do a couple of takes for the technology that they were incorporating into Michael Jackson's nephew. They had to do a lot of takes, and it took years to produce that movie. Lots of takes. I'm intrigued by it, but I'm like, no, no, it's not my cup of tea. I'd rather just sit back and make a living the right way. You never saw a star, except for the D-list stars, tip over and actually leave the industry for good. It's always been a temporary thing. They never they can't. I'm sorry to tell you, they can't leave. And for those who know this phrase, you can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Quote, Hotel California. So social technology systems can be incorporated in a lot of stuff. And I'm going to leave it at that because the questions he asks, if I'm going to seek out the questions and find the answers that way, that'll be quicker. What are the questions? Hold on. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Cool. This is what I need to discuss. And I can discuss this easily because I read as much as I could for right now and I can answer these questions. Let me open up. Who is this? Why is Zoom up? Oh my God, it's about to pop up. Holy crap. Out of Zoom, out of Zoom. Okay, that's good. Okay, where is words? Uh, Describe two common software applications. I know y'all, I love Zoom. When I first got online, I didn't know how to work Zoom. Now that I see the features in Zoom, it's amazing, but I think StreamYard is made for me. So I'll compare Zoom because I know the features a little bit better in Zoom now since I get more action in Zoom through other people and StreamYard. I've used Microsoft Teams, but it's very restricted and controlled. Anything with Microsoft is restricted and controlled, and it's like when I got on Microsoft Teams, I just felt a little like different. It was a different feeling, sort of like when I first got into Zoom. I've only been in Microsoft Teams one time. I don't know who Slack is. Okay. But they're all of importance. StreamYard. Let me ask Grok is StreamYard a software application, which I know it is, but I have to ask. have my own physical, not physical. I have my own virtual opinion about it. I just stated it, but I want to see what they can offer that's different, if that makes any sense. Ooh, ooh, this is cool. I thought that's, yeah. I'm gonna read it in a second. I'm just trying to. Cool. Okay. So it says StreamYard is a live streaming podcast, right? That is its primary purpose. Podcast and live streaming, which I have proudly. Microsoft Team is a business collaboration. So there's a different, it's kind of similar but different because you can do anything in live stream. And business collaboration requires a two-person collaboration. Live streaming you can do yourself. It doesn't require, two or more people can make a business. One or more people can make a business, but two or more people, you don't collaborate on Microsoft Teams by yourself. I mean, think about that for a second. To collaborate off of Microsoft Teams. And like what I mean by that is to collaborate business wise by yourself. You don't get on Microsoft Teams to collaborate with yourself. It's two or more. Zoom is more a video meet, which I get that vibe too, but it could be a business collaboration. All of these are interjoined, but these are the mission purposes of each. Just video meetings, regular old video recording meetings, which podcasts take place in Zoom too, because I was doing Zoom before StreamYard. And I've only been in Microsoft Teams once. I don't know how to navigate it, but it says best for, StreamYard says it's best for shows, interviews, and podcasts. Microsoft Teams is best for work teams, schools, and organizations. Zoom meetings, classes, and webinars. So you go to meet and class meetings and webinars. That's pretty cool. The navigation is perfect for that type of stuff. Live streaming is excellent for StreamYard. Microsoft Teams is limited. Zoom is good. YouTube streaming, native feature. Yes, that's what they do for regular. Microsoft Teams, it requires setup. Zoom is available. Facebook streaming, it's a native feature for StreamYard, which I know this. Microsoft Teams is limited, but this is what the good thing about Microsoft Teams, the business part of it. They don't want it to become like, they want it to extend it and have it set itself, because it's a excellence thing. I just can tell by the way it's organized, because I've always been noticing that anything to do, like if you get a Android computer, or like, I haven't said those computers in a while, HP computer, and try to set it up, Microsoft, sometimes you don't even get your Microsoft messages that you trying to set up a new account. I have a lot of accounts with Microsoft, and they're hard to set up. And They're very restricted, and I get that, but it's for business. And I get that too. And I would love to get like a literal business email address, a real one, not one it's real. My Kimberly Cloud Show at Yahoo is real, but it's not an organic business address, which is a legal business address. Because some magazine companies require you. I had to get an override because one day I tried to get into the magazine and I didn't have a business email address. I'm even on Duns and something, Bradstreet or something. I don't know what they're called. I got like 2, 3 different accounts with them. They like unknown address. It's been a minute. Um, but yeah, so great experience, is very easy for StreamYard. Moderate for Microsoft's team. You see what I'm saying? Moderate. I can tell by the way the system is set up that is very moderate, is above very, no, it's very easy, moderate. And Zoom is easy. Yeah, I agree. Branding banners, excellent. Microsoft Team minimum, Zoom limited, recording, yes, all 3 said yes, screen sharing, all 3 said yes, podcast production, excellent, poor, fair. So Microsoft Team is poor on podcast, but why would they need it? Why would they need it? They don't need that, but one day they probably will get it. Fair with Zoom. Television style layout, excellent, poor, fair. Virtual green screen, yes, yes, yes. Business collaboration. StreamYard, basic business collaboration. And this is where Microsoft Team ignites their thing with excellent, and then Zoom is good. File sharing, StreamYard allows limited. I agree with that statement, Chat GPT. And Microsoft Teams is excellent file sharing, and Zoom is good. And Chat and Team Workspace. StreamYard is limited. Microsoft Teams is excellent. And oh God. Zoom is limited. Daggone Uni. Why is Uni coming on my phone on Rumble? Oh, I got something else to teach y'all before I finish and get this taken care of. So I learned something new. So if you ever hear somebody say, well, either they're going to get the carrot or the stick, I was like, what the hell does that mean? It didn't make sense to me because I'm not a farmer. I'm not, I'm not none of that. I don't know what a carrot or stick means. I know what a carrot is. You eat a carrot. It's orange in nature. I saw it on a magic school bus. I've ate a couple myself, but I was too scared because I was afraid I might turn orange like they said on the magic school bus from eating too much carrots. And I was little when I stopped. And like the stick, I hear in Ebonics all the time. I don't know what a stick means. It can mean anything. A literal stick, a switch. And so it comes from the term the donkey, the carrot, and the stick, where the carrot is hung out in front of the donkey to pursue the donkey, to want to continue to move. Wow. If it don't move, then it's punishable by the actual stick being hit towards the bottom of the rear end of the donkey or the side of the donkey. And that goes for reward and punishment. So you're either going to accept the reward, which you kind of can say in the donkey's case, it's invisible because kind of the donkey never gets the carrot unless they give it the carrot once it gets, it had to get the carrot though. That's like if the tree falls in the woods, doesn't make a sound. But the donkey, they say the reward is the donkey encouraging it to move. And so the government uses this theory with Iran, and it says, either you're going to not get a nuclear weapon, no nuclear weapon, or we're just going to continue to take out your proxies, just period, and major leaders until we reach a consensual deal. And that is reasonable. Someone who nearly half a century, imagine 50 years, some of y'all aren't even 50 years old, don't even understand the logic of this. 50 long years. That's history. I mean, obviously, some of them don't want to be on mental health medication. It's just sick. I don't know how I got there, but it's in my blood, like I said. So the carrot or the stick, the problem is either you're going to comply or you're going to get punishment. You could get a reward, which is the rebuilding of Iran, with stipulation that we will control those skies and watch and make sure you do not build uranium again in the natural Iranian country, natural lies, for the sake to bring peace. Or you will take the punishment and you know what's happening. And it's very precise. It's very calculated. It's not like a baby life is gone. It's not like 10 human lives are gone. That's Iranian. That he came in and he just annihilated everyone. Obviously, he sees some growth within Iran, but there must be control. And the reward for that is to rebuild Iran into a beautiful place. The punishment is the death of sick, incompetent, scary, disturbing leaders. And groups that has caused this pain on the innocent women, children, and men lives of Iran. It disturbs me every day, y'all. Every time I see it, it makes me mad at them. I don't but I today has been a change. Not for the people. I'm talking about the people. God bless those women who advocate, who done gotten shot in the head repeatedly in the middle of their foreheads. God bless them. They took a bullet from a coward. Those are the people I'm worried about. So let's get back. I'll just start talking politics. Two common software. We're gonna do Microsoft Teams and Zoom. You said, for example, no, that's true. I can zoom and I'm gonna do StreamYard because he said, for example, which means it's more other software applications than just those. So it left it open. Zoom is a great platform to communicate business ideas and goals. You are able to talk and record sessions so that you can go back and post them onto a specific website. You can draw a lot of people into the platform, the application through promotion of the event. What else? If you promote it, you can promote it. You can what else? I don't know much about Zoom. Even give a link to through a news blasted email. This could gain a lot of leads interested in your ideas. StreamYard is a podcasting and live stream that's application that entails one person to two or more people engaging into a live streaming on multiple platforms. Sorry. Mm. This creates a wave of engagement within your hub page. You are able to exist in real time on worldwide. That's a huge creation. This engagement of online presence, this engagement of online presence can either bring positivity or draw negativity. Zoom have links to what the links are, posts on Facebook, but not the streaming, the live streaming, but only recording. It's plausible that Zoom could in the future get more features, and it's more plausible that they probably have a feature for 1 to 2 applications, not applications, 2 um, platforms. It's factual that you can build a lifelong journey through these applications and meet and network virtually, which is sometimes quicker than going out there physically. Okay, let me end it. Now we're descending. Okay. The company can foster an online engagement by and can build more employees that are motivated and think, listen before they think, and speak when recapping a thought, a lesson of knowledge. If we Do not listen. We miss out. It pays to have positive and sometimes constructive engagement. These applications do nothing but help build trust, network, help with time management, becomes goal oriented, and lastly, it builds a team of positive, like minded thinkers. Oh, I got a lot to say. No. I won't look up what the attributes are, but I want to know what an attribute is. Highlights, but I just want to know. Mm, you gotta go slow sometimes because you never know what I might have up here. Banking shit. You never know. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I'm gonna read all of this. I promise you. I'm staying focused because once I start reading, then I start analyzing. I'll be like, feature I enjoyed. Dang. One. What time is it? Okay, we good. We freaking good. There's no way I'm getting off of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, don't include them. 8. Oh, I know I'm messing up on. I'm damaging that daggone thing. I already answered that question. Why did I do that? Go back, go back, go back. Mm. Ooh, doing too much. Where can I plug this in at? Okay, right here. How can organizations use software applications to build culture of engagement and teamwork? I gotta think about that. Hold up. Let's see. How do you build a culture? How do you build a culture from scratch? What would God do? I don't know. Shit. Culture of engagement. Hmm. Okay, I know all of it, but I want more information. I can understand the concept of what it explains, but I have to know what culture of engagement is defined as in that term. Mm, 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 mm. I'm turning off that thing. Hold up, yeah. I'm almost finished. It's blowing shit out of me. Another blooper. Come on, Rainbow. The only way I engage with you again, Rainbow, is if I hear a new song from someone talking about I got all this money and you got rainbows. Again. I'll buy it then. And that's going to be very, it's not going to happen. The last rap song I heard was Mr. Me by T.I. or something. Mr. Me Too or something. That was really cool. It brings tears to my eyes knowing you can see in his face, man. I heard all his stuff from his dark stuff to his enlightened, challenging, and overcoming being, in a having a fucked up rough life and how he grown from father. He is, I don't care how he feel about me. I don't care about that. What I do care about is his truth through what he say in his music. You can learn a lot about a rapper and what they say in their music, how much they engage, what they say, what they want their hit songs to be as they develop in their craft. Are they still like about that life where they doing horrendous stuff, or are they like, yeah, I did do some messed up stuff, but I'm growing? And that's what T.I. did. I seen a clip. Every time he tickles me, it's not even like that, man. But he tickles me, you know. Men are complicated creatures. And he comes in a room and his family, I don't know what family members, but they're arguing. I don't care if it's scripted or not, it's bringing peace. I don't know if it's scripted, but if T.I. talks like this, I gotta congratulate him. And so they're arguing, and T.I. comes in and he's like, what y'all arguing over? And they're like, something irrelevant, has just nonsense, stupid stuff that males argue. And he was like, specifically black males, because it looked like they really wanted to go to war with each other. And T.I. said that this ain't the way. Violence isn't the way. Let me preach something different to you. That's pretty cool, man. I don't even want to go no further. But that was pretty cool, man. That was really cool. You know, the RIP, RIP, RIP. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. I had to fix some stuff. Sorry. I was like, I started crying. Then I had stuff on my eyes. I was like, what the hell? So yeah. One more thing. One more thing. Okay. Sorry. So where was that at? Where's my paper? No, that's just positive. He's positive, and now he out the game, supposedly. I, yeah, I could have said. Mind you, I took it all off. It's just, it is what it is. Okay, so, okay, got it. I don't want to plagiarize, so I have to put in my own words. Oh, Ugh. Taco Bell stopped coming up. That's what I named my phone. Taco Bell. I think I can accept that. Did I say communication? Did I say transactional, positive transactional communication? Um, I think I said it. Productivity. Did I say participation? I said motivation. Do you listen is participating. Listen more is participating and learn. Shared goals, 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 class sessions. No, goals, 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 goals. Work, goals. Want to come back to work. Promote, promote, which affect your home and quality of productivity of your life. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, let's read it. Describe two common software applications: Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and Slack that a company can use to foster an online community of engagement. This is what I put. Zoom is a great platform to communicate business ideas and goals. You can talk about and record sections. So you can talk about sessions and record sessions. Talk behind the scenes or record sessions so that you can go back and post them onto a specific website platform. You can draw a lot of people into the application through promotion of the event. You can also give a link through a news blasted email. This could gain a lot of leads interested in your ideas. StreamYard is a podcasting and live stream application that entails one person to two or more people engaging into a live streaming something don't sound right. Network on multiple platforms. To go on, wait, on a live streaming network to stream on up to 12 if you know how to do it, but legally a platforms. If I knew more. Okay, where was I at? Okay. This creates a wave of engagement within your hub page or application. You can exist in real time worldwide. That's a huge creation. This engagement of online presence can either bring positivity or draw negativity. Zoom have links to post on Facebook, but not the live streaming. But that they probably wait. Zoom have links to post on Facebook. Capabilities. But only recording it could be that Zoom could in the future get more features. It's more plausible that they probably have more features for one or two web page platforms. It's factual that you can build a lifelong journey and meet a network virtually, which is sometimes quicker than going out there physically. The company can foster an online engagement and can build more employees that are motivated and listen before they think cognitively and not pre-develop and premeditate an answer based on, wait, premeditate an answer. Do not do it because it's what a person want to hear, but honest answer, an idea of recapping a lesson of knowledgeable verbiage. If we do not listen, we miss out. It pays to have positive and sometimes constructive engagement. These applications do nothing but help build trust, network, help with time management, become goal oriented, and lastly, it builds a team of positive, like minded thinkers. I hope I didn't say too much. That's true. That's a true statement because when people go into the interview, they pre-develop based on what questions, which nowadays you selective, once you get in the chambers with the actual managers, they already have your data and they pre-select who they're going to interview. And when they interview you, it's different. It's not like, hold up, let me make sure I'm reading that right. They premeditate, employees premeditate their answers based on what questions a manager gives, and the manager gives selective questioning based on how a manager should, because they don't want to give too much information away, too much emotion, but sometimes most likely they'll give it away because that's the American way. But it's just the fact that employees that are motivated, this can build more employees that are motivated and want to think. This is true, that before, like, listen, you can't learn nothing if you can't listen before they think about something cognitively, and not pre-develop a premeditated answer immediately based on what you think someone wants to hear. It has to be an honest answer, and that's the kind of employees that get hired. They look for honest people. They don't look for people that's going to give you a whole story. I can do this, I can do that. They charm you, and they end up being like a Jeffrey Dahmer, living a double life and shit. No, they want to hire the best of the best quality people that tell the truth. And I want to build my own, but AI has a tool to, they've been had it in the FBI, but people got king and started getting hip, as I call it, and want to develop some type of technology for their people so that you can detect their employees, so you can detect deceitfulness in an interview. Just straight up deceitfulness. First phase, they siphon through the mail using AI. Second phase, they interview you using AI. From the canny finger rubbing trick to the rubbing of the arm to the twitching of the anything. You can't lie. Managers is getting tired of having to put up with people they invest money in and they're not doing nothing. So they can premeditate the employees that want to listen. You can tell when an employee, you can kind of tell by a human, it's like a naked eye. Can you see an atom with a naked eye? No, 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 no. But sorry, I want to say so much. I'm sorry. Oh my God. So you have to you can't see it, but cognitively you have to listen. A human can't sense when someone is lying all the time because they're not hip like CIA agents and stuff, which technically I applied for my application for and I was denied. Just no callback. A human, unless you're trained to see liars, you can't detect it unless you've been trained. Now, women have this detector and men has it too, but women have it more. And I guess men study women was like, damn, we need to make a fucking AI like this that can detect our lies. But yeah, it's a detector, and you can detect every twitch, every movement, emotional state, heartbeat, sweating. That will decrease the class of jobs available based on the stuff. But the human can't sense that. But if AI is trained based on years, if not decades or centuries of research of liars, people who lie on a daily basis for no reason, they just straight lie. They have records of that. That's why they investigate on murderers and stuff. And it's like they they notice a pattern within their facial structure. They already study their brain and notice certain parts light up, but they study the emotional state in their history, whatever they allow them to, because they never get everything. And it's like they analyze that. Well, a killer's mind, they twitch right when you ask direct question using, so tell me how and why. Some stuff like that. And AI can recognize that. But a human can't. Because if a human could, there would be so many women alive. And God bless my soul that I'm not dead. Thank you, God. I had to say that. I'm no exception. But a human cannot always, it's not always accurate. It's not always accurate to figuring out what AI, like how everything works. So yeah, I just wanted to say all that. Um, so that's factual. And that applies to me too. If we do not listen, we miss out. Okay. It pays to have positive and sometimes constructive engagement. These application wait. As long as in a respectful, reasonable manner. These applications, these software applications do nothing. Wait, don't say do nothing. Help build trust within the team or group, network within a organization, starting within a team or group. Help with time management. You're more motivated to want to come to work. I gotta reread that last chunk, but become goal oriented, want to achieve self actualization, and mostly want others to achieve that goal. That's a selfless belief. What is selfless? I wanted to be sure. I believe I know what it is, but I want to be sure. Sometimes words just pop up and define. Please, I'm messing up words. Yup, thought so. Let's read that last chunk. These software. Hey, how are you? Oh, these software applications help with time management. You're more motivated to want to come to work, become goal oriented, want to achieve self actualization, and this can help others with helping. This can help with uplifting people below you or giving them new insights, even if they are on the team's level. It's It's about learning new things. No one knows it all. Learning based on diversity. And I think he said, I think it's inclusion. Having open minded conversations outside of the norm is a trait that some have not mastered. Having open minded conversations with different people of all races is considered outside of the norm and is a trait that some have not learned. No one knows it all. Learning is based on diversity and inclusion, having open, period. Having open minded conversations with different people of all races and ethnicities is considered outside of the norm, and it's a trait that some have not mastered. Others achieve that, what is it? Goal, uplifting people. That's a selfless trait. Mm-mm. Others achieve that goal by uplifting people to heighten success, which is a selfless belief. And this, any success for a member of the team individually together is a success for the company. What are two attributes of these applications you think employees use for daily business activities? Zoom has a recording. Thank you, Pamela. Zoom has a recording in progress button. The Zoom, why am I Zoom? The Zoom also has a private code admittance code that can either be randomly generated for one or multiple employees of companies. That's a neat feature. I enjoyed using it in the beginning before I became frustrated and moved on. Employees can send a group of people one random link so that no one can reuse the link, and this can help with quick meetings on short notice. Then the recordings help keep up with the progress of the group and team's work. They can always go back and review the material that is needed to do the job description and goals and objectives. StreamYard composes 8 stream multi simultaneously on 8 multiple um, platforms. StreamYard has in the system an intro and outro section to link your intro and videos and outro videos to your stream. They have a section where you can extract video files temporarily or permanently run them. You can keep commercials in your data systems within the StreamYard application. This helps with great team and group work presentations. They also have a section in the screen to look and answer questions while communicating verbally, virtually. Damn it. How do the two attributes you identify help a company improve performance? This engagement brings the highest performance while going out into the new type of network. Even when promoted, you only reach when a show is promoted, you only reach so many organically based on the money you spend or the money you spend or the engagement. But with not only promotion and streaming, promotion and streaming, you can reach a wider audience through the metrics, through looking at the metric data patterns. This can gain not only more followers that you educate, but more metric pattern data that shows who is looking at what educational shows, teamwork, networking shows. They can also see what interests them and their emotional state while engaging in the show. Whether mad, happy, sad, etc. The more positivity, the more positivity, the more balanced and heightened and a heightened sense of data is extracted, blah, blah, blah. I understand that part, but you need to take it back. However, the harmony for the team to do good, to become more better, they see that people enjoy their team show network. This positive encouragement gets entangled and it brings more peace and motivation in those teams to engage in positive activities, comma, while achieving and wanting to achieve more goals in company projects within the StreamYard and Zoom applications. Wait, how much? Okay. How can the organizations use software applications to build a culture of engagement and teamwork? When Professor, I hope I'm pronouncing his, I'm going to sleep on this before I send it. I'm going to send it tomorrow morning, but I just had to get a head start. I didn't want to leave myself hanging on this one. At least I've done it. How can organizations use salt? And then I'm gonna reread it tomorrow and for go move forward with the project and writing to classmates. First, write to classmates after I send the project off, and then I'm gonna no, write to classmates before I send the project off. And then after I send the project isn't due until Saturday. And I think it's Saturday or Friday night, 11:59 Central Time, 59 seconds. I remember that. That's a classic. Yeah. Let me see. Mm, so I'm gonna sleep on it, but I'm gonna read it now. When Professor Manick speaks to us, comma, I believe he gives the class encourage good encouragement, period. The desire to seek truth and direction towards a more obtainable, efficient, feasible educational goal is why is why I make sure I am actively participating in the class sessions as a positive source of for as a positive source for encouragement. Dr. acknowledges my involvement, and motivates me to listen more and learn. I think in a team setting, we must focus on a positive transactional communication. When you do this, you are aware of hearing someone's encouragement and encourage them to do better. They may not get that all the time where they live, in, in their environment at home. When you genuinely do this, a memory, get a positive, the positive memory gets cognitively stuck in a good receptor, which can generate more motivation to want to come back to work. No one wants to come to work in an upsetting environment. In a motivating environment, when all you must do is your job and you get a reward for it mentally and economically, which affect your home and quality of life of the productivity of your life. I'm going to extend to that a little bit. I have to, I'm descending because I know I did say with a team, but I have to understand more how communication and all that. I did say it. I read it, and you saw what I did. I looked at the key words, but I want to put. I probably should put a little more. I don't know. I have to sleep on it. I'm about to get ready for bed now. Okay, you guys, man, it is an honor to sit up there and have you guys watch my show. Oh my God, it's a whole Kimberly marathon. Woohoo! Let me get ready for bed. Y'all take care, man. It was a pleasure. I enjoy challenges. Take care, be safe, and I will see you guys another time.